Howdy, everybody. You're going to see, like, I'm pretty worn out. I'm stressed. Let me change the angle of this for 1 second. Hopefully this works okay. So it makes me look like I'm actually looking into the camera. All right, so a lot of stuff going on in my life, and as you see by the title, I always say to myself, why me? Why me? You're probably saying, gee, Money, what do you mean, why me? Why do I got to put up with all this bullshit? Why have I been subjected to this 61 years of pain and misery? I don't get it. I don't get it. I try to stay strong. I try to work through it. It just doesn't. Life does not make sense to me. It does not make sense to me. You know, the worst thing that anybody could have ever done to me was what my mother has done. Not having co-powers of attorney. Put my future, my literally my life in the hands of the enemy. It's like being a prisoner of war, and that's what our family dynamic is. It's I'm a freaking prisoner of war. It just sucks. I'm so burnt out. I'm so tired of trying to. I can't even say live because I'm just barely existing, and it sucks. You know, it really sucks. The power of attorney is a complete asshole. He'll probably watch this video and I'll lose $350,000. But I'm so sick of the game. If you watched an earlier video, I talked about he got pissy because I called the rehab center a couple times checking on mom. So I talked. He wasn't around. I called later, asked him if he was still in town. He said yes, and I said, "Are you with mom?" He said yes. So he's bedside with mom, and I'm just letting him know. It's like there was a problem with the washer. It had some error code, and I thought it was one of his medical devices sending a signal. I found out it was the washer. I just politely let him know. I said, yeah, the washer was sending out like an error code, just to let you know. And he was trying to wash something on my mother's piece of garment, which is, nice, kind, all that good stuff. And so we're talking about that. And I said, hey, just to give you a heads up, I said, I did check the call log. And I've only called the rehab center 4 times in about a week and a half or whatever the time period was she's been there. And he flips out on me, calls me a wimp, quit being such an effing wimp. And he just like lambastes me, and he's doing this bedside to our dying mother. So I'm thinking to myself, this guy is a complete jackass. I've known that, but he's doing that, right? And he's going, and I said, look, I don't know what your problem is. I don't know if it's because you just woke up out of a sleep and you're still in a slumber or whatever. I said, I just told you I only called 4 times, and I checked the logs because I wasn't sure. Maybe you were right, maybe I was wrong. And I told him, I said, I only called 4 times, and he just starts ripping into me. So I hang up on him. I'm not going to put up with that bullshit. No, I hang up on him. So I go to bed early that night, and I'm expecting to be woken up by him, and it doesn't happen. I get up and go about my business the next day, going to work and what have you. And then he comes out later the next evening, I knew something was brewing. I know him like a book. So he comes out talking to me. He goes, "Yeah, I went to the what do you say? The attorney." He says, "I switched over all the paperwork and everything for the will, the house, and all the assets are in a piggy bank trust," which I had already tried to work on that when my mom was getting ready to sign the co-power of attorney paperwork, and that never transpired. If you haven't watched the story, that's a good one to watch. But then he tells me, he goes, "Yeah," he goes, you need to find another place to live because I'm going to rent out the house to offset expenses." So I just remained calm. I said, "Well, you already know I live week to week, right?" He goes, "Well, you got to start saving your money." Housing and rent went up 50% down here since the hurricane. It's ridiculous. It's like there is like I would need literally at minimum $3,000 to get a crib, and then and after that I wouldn't even be able to afford the monthly payments. That's how bad my financial situation is right now. I'm barely existing. I'm holding on for that dangling carrot. I'll always try and give an analogy. The greyhounds, when they at the dog track, they chase a fake rabbit. They never catch the rabbit. I'm never going to get that carrot. I'm never going to get the rabbit. So I keep thinking to myself, what he's telling me, what I'm hearing in this ear, and it's processing through my brain, coming out the other side, is I've just protected the entire estate, which should have been done a long time ago. And basically, I'm going to force you to self-terminate. What a masterful plan, right? He gets $700,000 in assets because he forced his younger brother to do something terrible. So that I fight with that daily, and that's the kind of it's he's here part time. It's like bunking with Dr. Kevorkian. It's freaking crazy. I'm trying to keep my head up, do positive things, contribute positive things to the world. And this is the kind of shit I got to deal with, right? And I'm not living out of the back of my van. I've already done that, been there, 2 months of that during hot temperatures. And we're in really hot temperatures now, hurricane season. I think he's just trying to be the puppeteer. He think, and I would rather lose my half of the estate than kiss his ass. Read between the lines. I'm not kissing his ass. I am not doing that. I have too much self-pride. I'd rather die than deal with that freaking idiot. So, you're probably saying, like, I don't have a mental health problem. I have a financial problem. I've said that numerous times. So many people out there watching this are not going to understand the difference. There's mental health problems and financial problems. When you're about to lose everything, the people that have a lot of assets are not going to understand this. Not going to understand this. When you lose everything, you're done. If I lose my vehicle, if I lose my car insurance, it snowballs in so many different avenues. And I just, this is going to sound harsh, but it's going to be true, straight from my heart. I just wish he would die before me, die before her. I don't like that son of a bitch. I do not like him. He knows that. He's supposed to be in a Christian-based recovery program called Celebrate Recovery. But to me, he's like the biggest freaking fraud. If you're like supposed to be a mentor in this organization, you should have pretty good interpersonal communication skills. He sucks. He's a fraud. So, I'm not looking for attention. I'm just keeping my word, my pact. I told people I would share my story, and I'm not. When I get up every day, I have nothing to be excited about. Nothing to be excited about. Zero. It's just me trying, like, man, can I make it to bedtime? Then I wake up the next day. Can I make it to bedtime? It's crazy. Like, nobody should have to live like this. I definitely blame my mother. And for some stupid ass reason, I'm trying to cater to her and keep her alive when she committed the biggest crime a mother could do, in my opinion. You don't give my future to somebody else. You just don't do that. That is effed up. So there's more things I would like to talk about. You can tell I'm depressed. I'm pissed off. I'll be okay. He's not around today. He's probably not going to be around for a couple of days, I would assume. That's his MO. He's just always trying to exercise his authority, his power, because he's got a title, POA. Just that's what dual power attorney should prevent. Somebody from trying to control things. So it sucks, man. I'm like so depressed, man. I'm so depressed. And I'm trying to fight through it. I'm trying hard. I'm trying so freaking hard to fight through it. And I know he wants me to fail. If I fail, he's going to profit. That's such a masterful plan on his part. He can be almost a millionaire at $750,000, basically with assets. Might be a little less, but in the ballpark. If I disappear, so make my life as miserable as possible so he can prosper. How's that for a freaking Christian? You people know my thoughts on that. I don't know where to go. It's like I have, first of all, I have nowhere to go. My credit rating is just like this. It's barely hanging on. It's not going up. It's not going down. It's staying steady because I live week to week. I know how to improve my credit, but it takes money. My mom called me 13 times this morning in a span of an hour with all her issues at the rehab place, and her brain is whacked, right? It's like there's only so much a person can take. I think I've handled most of it pretty well thus far, but I'm burnt out. I mean, you can see it on my face. I see it on my face. I am so freaking burnt out. It's like I have lost so much energy, so much desire. It's funny, like I keep telling you about the dangling carrot and stuff like that, and like I keep thinking to myself, if things were different, mother passed away, which is going to sound harsh as hell. It's probably the best scenario right now because she's not coming back. her brain's not coming back. Her physical body's not coming back, and it's basically the medical system just bilking as much money out of her as possible. She's just told me the other day. She told me about 10 times, I just want to die. I just want to die. I just want to die. I want to die right now. And you're trying to talk to somebody whose brain's not working. He's like, no, we love you. We want you to stay alive. And and we know it's going to happen. That who's going to die first? Am I going to die first? Is he going to be rewarded for being an asshole? Is she going to die first? What's going to happen in this whole process? It's like the great unknown. But I do know if my life does not get destroyed by another person, and I do receive some assets, I'm going to bless some people. That's just who I am. Evel Knievel once said, hey, you can't take your money with you. You might as well spend it. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I'm not going to spend it foolishly. I do want to get like a little camper, a little RV or something. Nothing big and fancy, but just a little pull behind, maybe get a new vehicle. I don't know. Maybe just put money into fixing up my vehicle and just travel. I'm still on the edge about opening the bait and tackle shop. I want to do it to prove everybody wrong that I can do it, but I'm getting to that age where, like, if I'm lucky, I probably have 10 good years left in me. So I would like to travel, go to campgrounds, go meet different YouTubers, do stuff like that. But no, every day I got to wake up and say, why me? I got to listen to the idiot over here. And I keep saying to myself, why me? You can't choose what family you're born into. But all I can keep saying is, why me? A lot of people believe in God. After 61 years, I'm still saying, why me? Why me? Why am I held hostage by my own fucking family? Why me? I'm tapping out, folks. Hope everybody can find some positivity in their life. Hopefully you can bless somebody when you get a chance. Like Ken says, find time to talk to a stranger. You might actually learn something.